finals. ONIC going up against Mythic Seals, game number 1 in a best of 5. Mirko, how are we feeling?
Hey, feeling great as usual. We're gonna get straight into the land of Dawn for this one. Kadena last pick for Sans. Another signature pick coming through. And I gotta say, I really like the fact that ONIC really just denied that joy without really denying it. They picked 3 counters for it before we got to see it.
It's almost like they knew it was coming. I mean, so far...
It's almost like Ken only played 2 heroes in the group stage.
Exactly.
Oh, man.
I think he did, actually. We saw him pick this hero 3 times in a row in their first series, and after that, it was nothing but Lancelot. And this is something that's been on a lot of our minds coming into this series. Are we gonna see Ken play something else? They did pick up the Basha up front. I was kind of on board for that, running the Basha jungle. But Mythic Seal tried to kind of pull a cheeky play. Don't know if it's going to work out, though. I mean, last series we saw 3-0. I'm hoping we don't see that again.
Yeah.
But Mythic Seal definitely has to come into this game ready for what ONIC ID has to bring. Yes, they took a loss in group stage, but it was 2 TLPH.
That's true. Let's take a look at the emblem builds right now. Does seem like everything is pretty normal. Season 100 for the Swing in the 2 Keyboy. Looking for a play there to try to take the XP crab. But yeah, nothing too crazy. I guess pull yourself together for Sans, for the Petrify, Festival of Blood, and Thrill. So a bit more sustained to play with for Lutpi, and I guess Concussive Blast. So it's not the normal like Brace Mine I think you would go for Phobias. This is more of like, I want Prio in lane. I want to just clear it and help my team ASAP.
And taking a look at both gold laners as well, nobody takes any, no tenacities, nothing like that. Sometimes we do see that pop up in the gold lane if you want to be super aggressive, but these guys are going to take full damage, ready to go. Now, so far today, we have seen the Granger winning out against the Moskov, but ONIC ID, they know their pace. They know what they want to do. They want to take this slow, let some of those items lock in, make sure you get the Hunter Strike on Kyrie, but Turtle is coming up.
Yeah. Oh, steal from Kai! In and out, super clean quad shadow and a red tree. Lutpi seems like he wants to go for more. Does have those Infinite Pursuit stacks. Will jump in again as Keyboy gets a punch and cancel out of Shield Unity. Revitalize coming down, but Sans will go for the Breath of the Ocean and the Rough Waves to pick up first blood. Now the Bravest Fighter from Kun! A full dive to the back as Keyboy pops in Fist Crack, but it won't be able to get him to safety. Shadow kill to the back. Kun taken down 2 as Ken walks in and whoa, solo! Up top, Severo getting taken out by Zippy.
Okay, this is a good start. I mean, we know we're in for some action here. 2.5 minutes in, and there's already 5 kills on the board. Let's take a look at the replay real quick. Kyrie, I mean, this is a millisecond of timing, and being able to time it well right when you need to steal that turtle is huge. Up on the top side, though, Zippy in a little bit of trouble, will be able to get away. But Mythic Seal, first 3 minutes in, they have the gold lead. It's not huge, it's negligible, but still, it is something.
Wait, Keyboy wants to go for the solo kill. Here has the flicker! Fist Crack, and he gets the kill on Zippy. Will be traded back here, and it will be Ken who gets the kill. So in the end, I'd say it's worth it for Mythic Seal. They get a kill on Ken on a signature pick of his.
Yeah, I mean, definitely, I think, this doesn't stop right now.
They don't want you to talk, bro.
They don't want anyone to talk. They're just going in. It's 4-4. I think, yeah, Mythic Seal kind of gets the win on that. They get a kill for Ken. It's gold laner for gold laner, but they get the trade with Keyboy in the end as well. Yes, ONIC ID getting the kill into the gold lane does at least even things out between Severo and Zippy, which is huge, especially since Severo is going to take a bit longer to come online. So, I mean, still, we're sitting at a standstill. Second turtle coming up. Did you think we'd be at 8 kills this early?
No. I expected both teams to play it a bit more clinical here in game 1. But so far, it does seem like, well, ONIC just want to brawl it out, and Mythic Seal oblige as well. Up top, it's going to be the Moskov. He's holding it in. Boye looking for an angle. Keyboy in the bush, goes in on Kun with a Fist Crack 2. That's going to be the Abyssal Arrow landing the back with the Breath of the Ocean, and the Rough Waves lands. It'll be a first kill over to ONIC. Kai with a jump, now with Shadow kill as well, over to Zippy. It's going to be another jump with a Dark Wave, but Lutpi misses it out. Now to die with a Petrify. Severo go for free hits. Boye getting the double.
Man, I mean, at this point, Mythic Seal able to land some of those stuns, and even when the Rough Waves comes in, even when the Petrifies come in, still not enough. Kyrie maybe getting a too aggressive in that, instead of doing the, I'm going to just wait for Turtle, I'm going to just be patient. They kind of fully committed there, and Mythic Seal seems to want that this early on in the game.
Bravest Spider, the Abyssal Arrow landing too. free neutral objective. Zippy gets it. Don't know if that was planned, but it is still a neutral objective to Mythic Seal, as ONIC will try to go for the trade, and I think should be able to get it. Savero in the bottom lane free. He has to be careful though. He doesn't know where anyone is on the map, so he decides to just play it safe.
All right, so at this point, Mythic Seal, with the lead they have and the pace they have, I think they could really, this might be a time for them to push the gas a little bit. They have Kun 0, 2, and 3, but he is at least rotating, able to get involved in these fights. Zippy as well, starting to do more damage. And then having Nico, who can just kind of keep ONIC ID at bay, keep them guessing with these Abyssal Arrows, that's what you get out of the Selena. You get this constant poke, this constant kind of keeping you on your toes, keeping you constantly having to move in these team fights. It just adds a layer of forcing the other team to be a bit more micro-mechanic based and kind of gets in their head overall. And this is what we see from the Selena so much. So Mythic Seal feeling good about themselves.
Really good stuff from Mythic Seal. And again, it really does seem like for Mythic Seal, their only win con in the group stage has been through winning out in the mid to late. Ken taking down the bottom lane. And with that being said, it is what we've been expecting. Mythic Seal want to just try to survive this early game, but so far they've actually won out the early game. It'd be good for them, a few of those brawls coming in to help them get that lead. But ONIC, really, when it comes to those pickoffs, have been quite clean. They've gotten 2 kills on Ken now. Yeah,
one of the problems that Ken's going to have here is when you're the Joy, you kind of want to go solo. You want to try to farm the XP lane here and there. You want to hit those off lanes. But when you have a Hayabusa on the opposing team, you have a major threat, and it's very easy for you to get caught off and taken out. So it kind of forces you to play a little bit different. Ooh. Was that the steal?
It is a steal from Sans. Pops in the rough waves. Perfect timing, gets the Breath of the Ocean, a turret down below with minions, and a turret up top. All of a sudden, the game has just been turned around.
In the words of Leo, that's what you call Grand Theft Purple.
Oh yeah.
Just stealing it right from under their nose. Nice stun though onto Loopy.
Loopy still has a Dark Wave. Actually, he already used it to Kun, so he has it in front of Pursuit. Decides to go in. That's a miscrack, but it's only onto Boyez. Nico dismantles Keyboy. That was a bit too easy for Mythic Seal to get a pick. It'll be traded with a turret up top, and it seems it's ONIC who's playing the mid to late game. They're just trading for a better tomorrow.
I mean, they know their time span here. I think they're very okay with that. And taking that tower up top, knowing, a lot of damage. Kun goes down. Kyrie able to pick up another kill. Right in time for Sans to pick up the Lightning Truncheon as well. ONIC ID is getting closer to when they can really push the gas.
But when they do get to that point, I think Mythic Seal will be at a similar point too. And it also kind of matches to Mythic Seal's win con. It comes down to a 50-50 battle. Right now, it's Zippy who's holding the gold lead over Savero. But that will change with Savero constantly getting the side lanes alone. Abyssal Arrow won't land. A big BOD with a Hunter Strike there. We're very close to Ken getting the Holy Crystal too, and that's the power spike that we're waiting for. Sans just continues to put in pressure into the jungle.
Yeah, I mean, at this point, back to Ken, talking about the Holy Crystal, even when he gets it, it's still hard to find targets. I feel like it's mainly Savero. It's going to be hard to get Sans. At any point, he can just dip down into the water, get away, be able to escape, or get to Petrify. Do you really want to jump on to Sans when it's a possible threat? So Ken, majorly coming into these fights, it's going to be about how he approaches them, how he approaches these objectives, maybe be patient with them, and let the rest of your team take the brunt of these fights.
It's a slow game right now. We got to see the pace of these two teams in the early game, but it does seem like both teams have slowed it way down. ONIC know they have multiple angles to attack from the side. Mythic Seal have been dealing with that instead of looking for those big fights that they happen in the early game. And so far, it does mean that ONIC have the advantage. They were able to get a tier 2 up top in terms of structures, but Mythic Seal, they do seem to still have that strong hold onto big neutral objective fights. Just with Kun. He's 0-3 and 4. He's 0-3. The KDA doesn't really do it justice, but his impact in fights has been phenomenal. Just opening up so much space for everyone. Nico, Ken, and Zippy to get those free shots in.
Yeah, not only that, Nico also opening the map with these traps, keeping vision. As everyone else went up to top lane, you could see Nico on the mini map down by the Lord, placing some traps, trying to keep tabs on whether ONIC ID wants to rush this, how they're going to get position over the Lord. And this gives Mythic Seal free roam of coming down the river. They don't have to take long routes because of this vision. They can kind of objectively move around the map in a much easier fashion. And ONIC ID, though, they know it. Even their position on the map, you can see that they're not trying to push too far. They're still taking things slow. They want to get Severo where he needs to get. And at this point, those spikes have kind of come in. Those second, third items are locking in third items around the map.
There you go.
Trinity almost fully there for Severo. Just a little bit more to go. Hunter Strike, BOD into Endless Battle soon for the side of Kyrie as well. Taking a look at the other side, we do finally have Holy Crystal. And look at Ken to Kyrie. A pretty decent gold deficit.
Yeah.
Ken taking a bit longer. Could be one of the reasons why we haven't seen him really pop off yet.
Good cancel on the shield unity with the Breath of the Ocean. Abyssal Arrow lands. No follow-up just yet. SOD going to be thrown in. Keyboy jumps in the back. And what a combo. Lupi gets a Dark Wave. They collapse off of a Keyboy engage. And even with the Bravest Fighter, Kun can immune CC, but he cannot immune damage. ONIC take a big team fight win.
The timing of all of that along with the SOD, ONIC ID just showed that, yes, you've got good micro, but ours might just be better. Everyone knowing exactly when they needed to do it. Look at the SOD come down. I mean, connects and just perfect timing with the fist crack.
With everything, Trex, with everything. The Dark Wave, the SOD landing, Kai zoning them in the back too. And now, never mind. I thought it will be a shield unity over to him. But yeah, dude, that was perfect.
Chef's kiss right there.
Chef's kiss for the engage.
Beautifully done. ONIC ID now on the aggressive with the Lord coming down the top side. Mythic Seal, I think they definitely can defend this. Shouldn't be a problem unless they make some sort of huge mistake. Gold still not completely out of range to even win a team fight, I feel like, for them. Zippy has done well this game. Ken, like we saw, has gotten the Holy Crystal. Let's see how it plays out.
Lord up top going to be charging down. That's a base turret targeted down. Ken caught in the top spot. The Petrify lands. But he's able to evade from it. Abyssal Arrow. Now Kun dealing a whole lot of damage. Severo taken out by Kun as Boye looks for the engage into the back line. Now Lippy all alone, isolated from the team. Ken with electrifying beat. Sans torn down by Boye. Sky walks and stays in the bush, puts on some damage, and will decide to back away. They lose 2 members, but they got a big structure.
Yeah, Boye did such a good job at keeping tabs on the rest of the team as they were backing off, which let Mythic Seal know, listen, Kyrie's not coming back. We can fully engage onto Loopy. We can fully push out. And now they're going to take this mid-tier 3, gain some more pressure on the map. A lot of damage.
What a bait by Boye into an Abyssal Arrow from Nico. Oh, they read Kai like a book.
I mean, at this point, it's the goal deficit is completely closed. Mythic Seal very much back in this game. Ken feels confident. He's back in the bot lane, clearing things up. He can kind of move by himself. And ONIC ID now is the team who is grouping up together as Mythic Seal approaches the map wide scale.
The gold lead back to nothing. Irrelevant in this game right now. It was a hold on ONIC before they got outplayed. I think that's the term, right? Mythic Seal just straight up outplayed them. In the base, getting the Abyssal Arrow. Another one with a bait from Boye into Kai. This makes the game a whole lot more even. And I gotta say, Trex, even though, I'm Indonesian, I know what the ONIC boys can do. This is Mythic Seal's realm. Like, this is how they've been able to get wins under their belt in the group stage. It's just waiting for this moment, making it very messy, and then utilizing or living in the chaos.
They thrive in the chaos. In the late game, I mean, mid to late, we're creeping into late. This is exactly where they want to be. Even taking a look at the gold laners, Zippy's now taking advantage. Missile Arrow goes a little wide.
Rough waves as well. Lippy jumping in. Kun with the Bravest Fighter into the back line. Lippy still going in. Good read by Severo. He's going to be kind of away from Ken now. It's actually the quad shadow landing. And Kai jumps into the back line. Zippy has a win of nature, but gets displaced. It'll be Kai in the back wreaking havoc. Kun isolated from the rest of the team. The SOD doesn't land. It was close. Severo blinks forward to dodge the Abyssal Arrow. And ONIC want to end this game. They see it in their eyes. Abyssal Arrow only landing onto Keyboy. Rough Wave's going to be used up as Boye gets shredded down, splashed by water. And ONIC ID will claim game number 1.
All it takes is one moment, one mistake. Ken may be going just a little bit too far. or ONIC ID just getting the outplay back again. Either way you see it, ONIC ID takes game number 1.
Wow.
Mythic Seal, though, I mean, still an amazing fight, and I got a feeling we're in for an amazing series here with ONIC ID kicking it off with a win.
I agree with you, Trex, but in a way, I feel like the Joy pick was just too greedy. Yes, it's a comfort pick for Ken, but when you're up against a composition, a team who really knows how to deny it from the bans, it's just too much to handle, dude. Phobius, Padang, and Haya?
Well, let's see what the panel has to say about this. How are we doing over there, LaFell?
This look like both teams, they have the eye for opportunity, because the moment you see an opening, they go in. Even in the final stages of ONIC ID, like, okay, we won this fight, we're not going to be doing anything else. We're going to be ending the game. And it already looks like a good start to this series where, yeah, I understand what Mirko is saying. Like, the draft, they kind of denied Ken already because, again, Ken has only used, like, what? Lancelot, Joy, that's it.
But even with that, Mythic Seal were able to push to the limit ONIC ID. Like, even if they blocked out so many, they were able to finagle through a draft and get to a point where ONIC had to sweat. And what was it? 5 or 6 minutes in, when we were looking at 2 kills per minute. These two teams like to fight.
A lot of kills, and the most important, that solo kills. They made a lot of efforts. Mythic Seal actually, you know, Zippy killed 1 versus 1 Savero. Yes, it's like, wow, guys, he can do it. And Mythic Seal got a lot of opportunities to win the objectives.
Yeah. Nico played well on the Selena. It's just an eye for opportunity. Maybe they had too many. Maybe they were just too, I don't want to say greedy, but there definitely was an over-eagerness in a lot of these moments.
Honestly, looking at the matchup here, they're more similar than we think, where both teams, they have the best mechanics that we've ever seen all over the world, and I kind of feel like they really want to use that to their advantage. This is why we see Mythic Seal, when it comes to their draft, they don't mind picking all these skill shot heroes, all high mechanics, because they can execute it. They can execute it, and ONIC ID, they're from Indonesia. This is familiar territory for them.
Yep, they are both team fighting teams. And if you go up against a team that has better macro, but equal team fighting prowess, you lose 99% of the time. And this is what happened here. ONIC found that window. ONIC was actually, honestly, even at the 7-minute mark, working on the map better than Mythic. This was always bound to happen, unless Mythic tightened up. That's, I think, my word for them here. That's my best advice, my best practices for game 2. If they want to take this the distance, tighten up your macro. You can't do this against ONIC.
If we're speaking about the macro, Mythic Seal actually lost the advantage when they went to the turtle, to the first turtle, and they let the opening side to the enemies. So actually they lost the holy shield at 7:30.
Exactly.
It's too early.
Let me just say, I didn't see this coming of Kun having the highest damage in the game. 2,755. It's rare for an EXP to be dealing this much. I mean, to be fair, Laplapu is AoE, so...
But he's also a skill shot hero.
Yeah.
None of his skills like locked in. So this speaks to, again, the mechanical prowess of Mythic. They have to just aim this. It's amazing energy. It's amazing effort. They just have to aim it.
Honestly, at this point, this seems like a very fun best of 5 that we could have here, where, again, team fighting teams, like, yeah, macro is great, you know, etc. But, you know, going 12 minutes and having like 4 kills in total, it's not like the best series to watch. So honestly, I'm very excited to see this one, and I agree with you. Just tighten it up, right? Because you got the skills to pay the bills. You just got to make sure that your opponent doesn't hold the majority of the map.
Yeah, you don't want to be left living from paycheck to paycheck. You don't want to keep the bills keeping you down. Like, you want to have a future. You want to invest in the 10-minute mark, the 11-minute mark. That's why even if they were like, what was the gold difference? 500 gold, 400 gold? The map was so easy for ONIC to take over.
I like all this financial lingo in the Saudi National Bank match of the day, by the way. Shout-outs. But yeah, what are your thoughts on this matchup?
First of all, continue yours, and I really like the skirmishes. I really like when the teams constantly brawling versus each other, and it's funny for us to watch. When you see the macro game with 2 kills for 20 minutes, like, Aurora, thank you, with 0 objectives, no, it's not interesting to watch. But when we see like the constant fights and always the skirmishes all over the map, the 1 versus 1 kills, because right here we saw the mid laner killing mid laner, the gold laner killing gold laner, and it's interesting to watch.
Yeah, and over here, even on the screen, you guys can see the 2025 knockout stage. All these amazing teams are here. But again, we just have to focus on Mythic Seal going up against ONIC ID because, Leo, I just want to ask, do you expect it to be this close, or were you expecting more dominance coming in from ONIC ID or Mythic Seal?
Nah, I think despite me predicting and writing the narrative of ONIC taking down Mythic Seal, I'm one of the few, proudly, who respect Burmese MLBB, who put them on a pedestal. So yeah, even if I did say ONIC was going to win, I'm expecting Mythic to make him work for it. I'm expecting Mythic to take them to at least 4. Did I just curse him? No, I didn't. I'm going to make, again, 4, but we don't know who wins. Yeah. Like Milosh said, it's 4, but he didn't say who.
You definitely never know. And if we are speaking about Mythic Seal and ONIC Indonesia, we see the difference. Like we saw the previous games, right? We see that Aurora can't adapt, can't adjust their decisions, and they just lost. It was stomping. But here, I don't see any stomp. I hear the equal game, the equal teams.
They're both stomping.
Yes, they're both making us to watch it and to check what happened here, what happened there, and who's gonna win. Unpredictable.
You know what? The next MLBB event, we should really get a boot to sponsor us because, hey, a lot of stomps are going on. Maybe even broom companies, you know, sweeps. But either ways, in this one, I'm really, you know, I'm not even gonna say it. Not gonna take the chance. Mythic Seal, I really feel like this is something that we've been asking for during the group stages. They didn't do it, and still they look pretty strong, which is simplify their strategy, right? Because I kind of feel like, okay, in the draft, you pick high mechanical heroes. Perfect. That's you. That's your style. Go for it. But sometimes you can feel that they're overthinking whenever you're taking the turtle or going for the side lanes. I kind of feel like they need some kind of simple game plan that, even without thinking, they could execute it.
Even Keyboy said, yo, slow your roll, son.
Yeah.
Slow your roll. Maybe keep the mechanically demanding heroes to a 3 or 4 piece, and then have one that just holds it down. Have a hero that just says, no matter what happens, I can seal the deal, I can close things up. I think what they need is a finisher. What they need is a cleaner. So that's why I was so adamant with Ken picking up the Baksha. Because everyone else can, you know, run around, play around, but if Ken can say, we're playing for macro, gentlemen, hold it down, then they can recover.
And now for you guys at home, the Metro Zero train is arriving at the MLBB battlefield with a stunning new series of skins. But visual wonders await as the cyberpunk meets traditional culture. Make sure you guys grab the Metro Zero skins when they're available.
No, those kind of trains don't go choo-choo.
I want one.
They go vroom, vroom.
Can you give me one Metro Zero skin?
I mean, hey, move on. We gotta ask the bosses. And look at here. At least when we're looking at ONIC ID, they're still playful, you know? They're not, like, they understand. You don't have to be super stressed in this best of 5 series because it's a long stretch.
I mean, if you're a game ahead, then you can play around like this. I don't know if the same with Coach Lin Daddy for Mythic Seal.
You never should relax. Actually, you said you can be relaxed because you got 1 game ahead. Okay, but still, never forget about the reverse sweep. Never forget about that the Mythic Seal made a tough match for you.
Yep. Even if the chances are low, it's never 0. Mythic Seal, first pick. ONIC ID, second pick. Still, roughly same bands. Betting out the Fanny, betting out the CC. And now ONIC betting out the Yusun Shin as well as the 1-1. If it's the same as the previous game, we're about to see a Lancelot ban as well.
Yep, and then a Zhu Shin, and then we go from there. But if the Lancelot does find its way open, Mythic should first pick it. Just clean, just take it. Just 100%. Take it.
Insta-lock, but then you see Baksha in your face.
Honestly, at this point, I don't mind dealing with the Baksha, man. Like, yes, he's annoying. Yes, as a frontline, he's super strong, but I don't know. I'm really liking the assassins for the junglers.
Maybe change this. Mythic change this 1 ban so that Ken can open up. Because yes, he has great win rates on the Joy,
wow.
But
like,
yeah, that's a funny story.
yeah. Look at this. Literally only 2 heroes.
Yeah,
that Ken used.
You gotta make like Kyrie. You gotta open your horizons, man.
Pick up a Amon. Okay, maybe not that, but something else as well. You know,
Hayabu.
Yeah.
And ONIC Indonesia decided to ban Lancelot. That's the obvious decision. So, how about Justin? The first pick.
Yes.
Yep.
100%. 100% Jushin. Amazing pick. Nico, you like it? Not mechanically demanding. Opens up your brain power to think about other things.
Or what if they go first pick Phoveus, so that they open up the Arlot, and then they can go Arlot X on blue 3 and 4, blue 2 and 3.
I like X.
Yeah, because Phoveus closes off Arlot, so if you lock down Phoveus, then you can also kind of get Arlot.
Oh, instead they go for a Kalia.
Interesting decision. But with Kalia, I like something that you can continue. For example, like the chain CC. What is more preferable? And here, you let the mid lane priority to the ONIC Indonesia.
Yeah, Jushin Phoveus is in the future here. And looks like they do pick up the Phoveus.
There it is.
Is that the Moscow?
Moskov again, yeah.
All right.
Very similar to game 1.
Farsa or Jushin is going to work here because, you know, at least when you have the Kalia, the Farsa can really force things out. I don't know though. Maybe they want the Selena again.
And they can keep the Selena for 4 and 5. Like, they don't, like, I don't think ONIC will be banning it. That they're wasting a ban if they do that. So, I think you're right. Farsa Lapu. Like, just do what you did game 1. Game 1 was pretty close.
Actually, like your decision about the Selena. Selena, you even if they got the Purify, okay, you can use Selena as a first point to let your opponent give up resources. And it's Arlot and Ranger.
I only don't like Arlot for one thing, and it's that you kind of build a composition around him where there's a lot of CC so that he can keep vengeing over and over, but I kind of don't like those drafts.
And you lose the laning phase. You hunker down. It's... what is the plan here? Does Kun just say, all right, guys, give me 6 minutes?
Hey, maybe 5-man final slash. Maybe that's the idea.
At what, at 19? Can you even confirm 18, 19 minutes?
Okay, if they took instead of Granger, Farsha, I understand, they are a lot pick. So you get composition, Tsunami Slam, Final Slash, Airstrike, everything, like you're burning out your opponents. But with the Granger, it's more a poke setup and you want longer fights.
I'm seeing a pattern here coming in from Team Liquid as well as Sonic, where if it ain't broke, why fix it? Phoveus, Moskov, Haya open, just pick it up again.
And now even more ONIC are cracking down on Ken's hero pool. They take out the Fredrin. So now they're saying, all right, just go Joy again. Let's see what happens. Because that Joy, I'll tell you now, it wasn't bad, but it wasn't good.
I'm just interested in if they ban Joy. We're gonna see the third pick finally from Ken. It's gonna happen.
And at that point, the question is, what is going to be the third pick?
And this is what I was saying earlier, pre-match. I said, Coach Adi, Coach Yep, they like to goad their opponents. They like to bait them, say, oh, we're going to leave the Joy open. You want to take it? All right, I guess you're not picking a third hero all MSC long. That's what ONIC is doing right now.
I like this Jushin ban though, because giving the Jushin over to ONIC ID makes it so that they can fight anytime they want. And like you said, perhaps Mythic Seal, they want to buy some time, right? They can't give tempo over to ONIC ID because they preferably want to wait until at least 16 minutes.
Rano's ban. Okay, so they, as you mentioned, Leo, they decided to let them pick
Joy.
Joy.
Wait, what?
Okay, we're gonna test you.
Are they worried about a Uranus jungle?
Yes.
Yeah.
Right? Okay.
Because again, buy time if that's the case, but I don't know. ONIC have cornered Mythic Seal into this drafting corner. Coach Lindaddy, what could be going on in his mind?
It's unfortunate. It's one of the situations where you're like, yay, we got Joy, but at the same time, you kind of have to feel like maybe that's what your opponent wants. Maybe your opponent just like, oh yeah, you got your draft. Oh no, we made a mistake. Wink, wink.
Anyways,
I don't think they expect like that tricky. That's kind of obvious that ONIC forcing to pick Joy. Go guys, we are ready for it. We are confident with that. And the last bang.
Yeah, previous game, they look at this. Repick, only one ban. They pick up the Gato Kacha this time, so not picking up the Badang. So, okay, at least the last 2 picks is going to be a change.
Yep, so confirmed this is a Rome Gatot in the hands of Keyboy, and then a Phoveus for Lutpi. Mythic Seal, again, what do they put in mid? they on purpose leave out the Farsa. So they can still end up with the Farsa Arla combo.
Selena.
That too.
Selena Farsa. I think that's the option. Selena, if you go with the Kalea, so the combination when you just exchange your skills to Purify, and
Okay.
It's a debut pick.
We've seen this in MWI, was it? But yeah, Alice in the jungle. Talk about a third pick in the jungle for Ken. How long has he been hiding this?
Yeah, we'll skip the Fredrin, we'll skip the Hayabusa, let's go to jump to Alice.
just another pocket pick, okay, guys? And Kimmy, you know, in this situation, I'm okay with Kimmy. I mean, when you also got additional damage dealer in jungle and also the sustainability of the you know, I trust him.
My only problem is it's a very greedy lineup. Like you're hungry for time, gold, and EXP.
You need time, definitely. Yeah.
Maybe that's what you need to go up against the best of the best. Woo! You gotta hope it works, and now the Eve locked in. ONIC looks very traditional in the draft, so Destroyer, before we head on over to the casters, what do you think?
I want to trust in Alice. Okay, let's go, Mythic.
You trust Alice? What about you?
I think ONIC was very decisive with that Eve pick. They might go to match point.
Yeah, we're gonna see. Today, will we actually go back home early? Thank you very much, Destroyer, as well as Leo. But now, for the second game of this matchup, I'm going to give it over to Mirko and Trex.
What a draft, what a series. Things never seem to surprise us here on the desk. That's an Alice that we're looking at. First time pick here in MSC 2025. Are you excited about it, Mirko?
Hell yeah, I am, dude. That's an Alice in the jungle for my boy Ken. Hey, I like it. The Burmese have always shown us different picks, crazy picks in the past, and even now in MSC 2025, when we thought, all right, we've seen enough of crazy picks, they bring out another.
I mean, it's picks like this that I always want to see succeed, right? Yeah. No matter how much we look at the draft and we think, is this going to work? I think the hope is that new picks are going to succeed. Can Mythic Seals pull this off, though? Last game, even when ONIC was kind of behind, they still seemed very much in control with their hands on the wheel. I like the Eve pick, especially paired up with the Gatot, with the Phoveus. You have this box that you want to play inside, and you're trying to keep them inside of it as long as possible. So let's see if they can pull it out. Taking a look at the emblems. Also, nothing too out of control, nothing too crazy, nothing too different.
Yeah, everything quite standard, really, from this time. Except the Alice pick. That's the only thing that is out of the ordinary here. We actually got to see this at MWI 2025. I believe it was Ramisi who picked up the Alice in the jungle without the help of Angela. So we got a glimpse of what this pick could be. And in that game, she was a monster. This is also kind of a way to get resets on Vengeance.
I mean, we also saw it a little bit in MPLPH. Coach Bonchan was drafting it for Aurora for a while and was drafting it and it ended up doing so well that it ended up getting banned. So this isn't something completely out of the realm. It's definitely a surprise pick, though. And I mean, yes, if it comes online, Kyrie's not going to be able to do too much against it. You have some dive into the back line. You have escapability. And Mythic Seal, just play it slow at this point. I think the real draft pick here that we're a little worried about is the R-Lot.
They got to split up. That's how they win for ONIC, right? If they clump up, they give a bit too much AoE damage. Final Slash. Get the Flowing Blood coming down as well. Keyboy able to go for the taunt and the instant engage with the RWM. Even with the Final Slash can be First Blood over it. Ken has just put himself in a position where he's so vulnerable. What? Nico decided to stay. Shadow kill over a full chase. It'll be Kai to get the kill. And early on, it's a disaster for Mythic Seal. They lose 4 and a turtle.
Bing, bop, boom, bop, bing, bop, bam. 4 members down. The stuff that ONIC's on, you wouldn't understand. At this point, that's 4 kills. Nico stayed way too long, and I get it. They were all sitting at about 10% health. He just thought, if I could just get a couple more hits, I could turn this loss around. But sometimes that is not the way to go, and he pays the price for it. 3 minutes in, 2,000 gold lead, Mirko.
This is already heading south for Mythic Seal. I don't know what to say, Trex. I mean, that couldn't have gone worse. Couldn't have gone better for ONIC ID. Obviously, that's a 2,000 gold lead. Everything's within their grasp now. And guess what? They took away the purple buff too, and you really need it. You can already see how it's impacting Ken now. Dude, I think they were better off not contesting Turtle 1.
Or, I mean, if they, I don't know, if they were going to contest it, it definitely couldn't have gotten much
like
worse. Yeah, I mean, yeah, there shouldn't have been an abort button at some point, and Nico did not hear the call or did not click the button. It went from being bad to really, really, really bad, and it's continuing to scale more into ONIC ID's favor. Ken taking a death that early on too hurts so bad. Losing a purple buff, losing any gold at this point is a problem. Loopy going to be able to bully this EXP lane. We already knew that was going to kind of happen. So it just puts Mythic Seal at even more of a disadvantage.
Uh-oh, final slash used up by Kun, but Loopy's done the job, done the deed. He's already cleared up the wave now, and they're looking to go for this purple buff. And I think, yeah, oh, he's getting it. Ken gets it without the retribution.
Take the risk.
For me, I think it's scarier for Alice to lose purple buff early than to die. So the fact that he got both, a death and purple buff stolen, was tough. Again, they go for the taunt and they just get locked down. They shouldn't be engaging on Keyboy, just tanking it out. The final slash comes down. Keyboy with AOG, Loopy. Infernal pursuit to everyone. Oh, this is a dream come true for Loopy.
This is what you call walking into a wall over and over again, expecting some different results. Sans, and we're seeing why the Eve pick was so crucial. The moment that Ken comes in, Sans drops the RWM, it pretty much negates any bit of healing that Ken is going to get, and they're just able to have free realm. I mean, Mythic Seal is essentially doing exactly what ONIC ID wants them to. Now it's two turtles down, almost a 5k gold lead. Mythic Seal's got to back off. They got to slow down. Do not contest the next turtle.
But then what do? You don't contest the next turtle, what do? Final slash coming down, Severo going to be caught in the tough spot, but he has Keyboy right there, and Sans, no flicker, but they don't decide to capitalize. So again, if they do decide to not contest Turtle 3, has ONIC gotten enough of a lead to say, sure, we don't need fights anymore. We can just siege, we can play the macro game. There's a reason we went Moskov. I guess Zippy gets a turret and the trade. Keyboy looking for the flank again. Oh, he's holding it down. It's gonna be caught again. It's taunt over. The quad shadow lands Nico. Able to flicker out the safety. Keyboy with the AOG back again, but Ken has no way. Oh my lord, the SOD. I thought that landed on Nico. Ken has no way to contest for this, right? He goes in, he's dead here.
He's risking it.
Okay, he gets it. He actually gets it.
Gets his purple. Kyrie did not have Retri up, which is huge. It's something. I mean, we're at this point, we're just counting purples. That's even a win for Mythic Seals at this point. I have to say as well, Zippy hasn't taken a death, which is important, right? Your gold laner, someone that's going to deal some big damage, has not gone down yet, has been able to farm at least a little bit. I do think there is possibilities for Mythic Seal, even if they don't contest this next turtle. But a lot of it comes down to how Ken approaches these fights. He cannot just come in head on and be extremely telegraphed about his entrance because, like I said, Sans is just waiting to drop it.
On over to Boye, Tsunami Slam locking him down. Keyboy will fall. Zippy gets a kill. Does he already have a Sky Piercer? Was that a stack or?
Hopefully it was a stack. We'll see once we see items. Sky Piercer is in, so he does get a stack off that, which is a good start. And like I said, 0 deaths. He's not too far behind Severo, honestly. Only 500 gold. Mythic Seal could definitely find a power spike here.
Yeah, this could be where it all changes. Lippy in the back again. Boye jumps in, zoning him. That's going to be isolation. A free kill over. Quad Shadow as well. Kai able to find it, but the RWM is a bit short. SOD won't be able to steal it, and Mythic Seal somehow find themselves on the right track.
So was that the answer to how they need to approach the fights right here? Boye, if he can zone... Whoa.
Good point, bud.
All good. If he can zone back Sans enough to where the real manipulation doesn't come down on top of Ken, then they're kind of in the clear to take these fights. They're also finding some more pickoffs. Boye able to get some of these Tsunami Slams in. Mythic Seal trying to fight a comeback here.
They have to make it really messy in the team fights, right? That's what the Arlet and Alice wants to do. As long as they don't play within the box of the Eve, I think it'll be very good for them. Yes, Kai and Lutpi kind of does the same towards the backline of Mythic Seal, but that's the gamble you need to take at this point. There's no safety anymore. Maybe if they didn't contest Turtle 1 and 2, we would be seeing more of a, sure, let's play the normal route, let's play to just get space for Zippy and Nico. But at this point, Sans and Severo, if you let them hit for free, it might just sting a bit too much.
You got to use your shield, put it off to the side real fast to keep the other swords at bay so that you can fight forward. They do lose that orange buff there.
Hey. Look, people in front of pursuit. That's going to be Kai caught as well, but he still is able to escape, and the RWM locks Ken down. That's an AOG! Ooh. Sans picking up a killing spree, and Mythic Seal are sent running for the hills.
Keyboy just doesn't miss. Game after game, the OGs have come in so clean. Now they're going to try to defend this mid, but I don't think they're going to be able to do it. Zippy there, but here comes Keyboy.
There's a flicker. Will be able to use it. Final slash being Keyboy back under turret. Last quad shadow gets locked down, but he still pops in a shadow kill, and he goes for more. Has the quad shadow in the back. A free assassination to Kai, and he's back to safety.
Zippy needs about 1, maybe 2 more kills, really get the stacks up.
Yeah.
And some of Kyrie won't be able to be that low. You know, we're seeing some of the members of ONIC ID get low, but then pull things off. If Zippy can get another couple stacks in, there's opportunity there. But the problem is literally the only 2 kills that Mythic Seal have gone to Zippy. Is there a time that the spike finally happens for Ken? I don't know, not as long as World Manipulation is up.
The poke is there for ONIC. They have the side control with Moskov. They have a crazy 304 Hayabusa. As Keyboy would put it, the way I cast Kairi Hayabusa games would be, oh my god, Kairi Hayabusa! That's a Purify for Sans. Already used up, so that's some info. They can actually go for him now. Boye definitely has his eyes set on Sans, but ONIC are positioning in a way where they know he's going to be the main target. They walk away. Ludwig, great spacing. Gets in front of pursuit now with the ton over. Might be an all-in over to the back now. It's going to be the flowing blood. Ken caught alone. He actually jumps in the back of the vengeance. Prox comes in too. A good shutdown for Ken, but Severo joins in the fight with the SOD, and Zippy loses his stacks now. Ken with the flowing blood follow through. Kai with the shadow kill. It's a double for Kai. Oh my god. Kairi Hayabusa.
There is no escape from Kyrie right now. There is no escape from ONIC ID. Taking a look at the replay, Ken, I mean, it looks like they find a moment. He's able to get to the back line. He's able to get the stun. In comes Kun as well, but just not enough. And as Ken's trying to get away, keep our eyes on Kyrie here. He's locked on. The shadows have been dropped and all the way across the map with the shadow kill. Disgusting.
Oh, man. Ken ended up actually bringing the boys, the kid, to the rest of the team. You hate to see it. No wonder. I was like, how did the shadow kill? Oh, so he waited. He waited on the quad shadow, held his ground, knows Ken was going to try the flowing blood, and unfortunately, he flowing blooded into everyone else, giving Kai a free shadow kill to just wipe these squishies. I guess we see a win of nature there, so Zippy will be able to tank up a few of those shots. But if Sans is online, I don't know, you know, you pop in with a nature, you're still going to have to deal with an RWM. Technically Keyboy too, he does magic damage.
I mean, I don't know, man. 7-0-4 Kyrie is scary right now, and that's not, we're not even adding Severo into the equation. They're winning some of these fights without Severo. When Severo does get involved, it completely turns things around. Conceal play though from ONIC ID.
Fraction Pulse, actually forcing out the Purify out of Sans, so they still have to respect this. Like Mythic Seal, despite the 10,000 gold deficit, are dealing ridiculous amounts of damage.
I think a lot of it has to do with a lot of those kills are onto Boye, a lot of those kills are onto Ken, are onto the tanky front lines, whereas Zippy and Nico are still kind of hanging on.
That's gonna be a dive to the back. RWM locking them down with the AOG as well. Now the final slash too, but Keyboy is just too darn tanky. They're gonna brute force their way. That was an interesting move by ONIC. I thought maybe they would have cracked the base turret open, just brute forcing it, but no. Keyboy gets punished. Not a lot lost for ONIC, just a roamer, and they have to go back.
I'm surprised there wasn't enough damage there from Kyrie even jumping in, and the rest of the team along with Keyboy. Nobody goes down on the side of Mythic Seal in that defense, which in my eyes is a pretty big win. Being able to take out Keyboy, at this point a trade would be a win, but they're able to get a kill for nothing and regain map control, lord up in 60 seconds. But like you said, it's still a 10,000 gold lead. Taking a look at the gold distribution between both gold laners. Severo definitely leading across the charts.
They're forced to farm it together. I guess we get to see the replay of this, and again, it's the RWM just being a bit off. Had that hit, or had that been like correctly placed, it actually could have been a free base turret.
Kyrie also backed off. He decided not to fully
Yeah.
commit with the shadow kill. He jumps in for a second, throws out the shuriken, comes back, and is like, no, let's just back off. Let's play it safe. Let's play it easy.
Turret has been destroyed.
They've been on the back of one straight push, against the OPH. So at least we see them learning from that moment. It's an all-in. Oh! Wow, the Dark Wave actually landed on Nico across the wall there. So yeah, Mythic Seal just with the traction pulse, reading out the map. Again, their damage is pretty good. Like, for being 10,000 gold behind, they don't look like they're 10,000 gold behind.
It's funny how that works, right? I really attribute that, they have the double marksman, right? You have Nico, you have Zippy, both able to chunk down. Granger in general, as we said before, he was never too far behind against Severo. 3-1-1. I want to say he lost some of those stacks after the third kill. Maybe he got the death after second kill. Can't remember exactly, but still Lord up. Does the Mythic Seal even want to try to contest this? They are making a way around the map. When you have the possibilities with Ken, you might be able to flicker in.
This is the thing about their composition, no Trex. They're kind of forced to group up always, right? Look for team fights, and that opens up a lot of space for Severo to continue to push into side lanes, and that's what he's been doing. Waiting, stealing camps, holding onto this wave. And ONIC is going to hold on to Lord. It becomes a game of macro now, and Mythic Seal are forced to respond. Keyboy try to go for a cheeky little engage. Oh, my damage, Suns! Taking half of Nico's HP bar, stealing away the green camp. 200. Lord's too low. It's an all-in to the back. Tsunami's time over. The RWM is a bit too far away, but still get the job done. A final slice to the back. Like Kai lands into the back, now finds a shadow kill, and it will be Ken falling. Oh. It's a full team wipe as Ken falls last. It's Severo with a triple, ONIC with everything.
And with about 30 seconds on the clock for each member of Mythic Seal, ONIC ID should be able to wrap this up and take us to match point.
It's GG. Mythic Seal tried their best. They pulled out a pocket pick, but ONIC's got answers. They've got a whole lot of them.
Yeah, I think the Eve pick was so clutch at the end there. A pick that I've been wondering if we were going to see it a whole lot. We haven't seen it a whole lot, but if you have something to pull out of your pocket, we do too, and it just goes to show the dimension that ONIC ID can bring to the draft and to the game.
It's the Peekaboo Eve.
The Peekaboo Eve.
Peekaboo Eve.
Boo Eve.
Boo Eve?
Boye? Boye. Boye. I gotcha.
But that's about it. Hey, we've been talking about the Eve curse for the longest time. M5 Grand Finals final game. Sans got Eve, he lost that. AP Bren final game MSC, lost that on Eve too. But here in the quarterfinals seems to be a good pick.
Definitely a good pick. Let's throw it over to the panel now and see what they have to say about that. LaFell, Leo, Destroyer, how we doing, guys?
Well, first of all, thank you very much. And it's Boye. All right, put some respect on the name. But yeah, honestly, looking at the game, I appreciate that Mythic Seal, they took a risk. Didn't really work out, but instead of doing the same thing over and over again, I like that they take a risk. But now, even I'm drawing a blank. What's going to happen in game number 3?
It really looked like they were investing in about the 18 to 19 minute power spike. And again, that's not guaranteed.
Love you, by the way.
You're expecting that a team like ONIC will just roll over and allow you to get there. Obviously, they didn't. And now they're relishing in their consequences. They're at match point. ONIC ID are one game away from knocking out Mythic Seal, sending them home.
ONIC ID just punished Mythic Seal for this draft. I expected that Mythic Seal got some kind of thoughts and idea for this game.
Intrusive
for the game
thoughts.
Plan. And chose this. So I expected something like protection, but ONIC ID, okay, this is your jungle. No, I'm coming home. Sorry, this is my buff. Let me take it. Oh, welcome.
There's a world where this works, all right? Prior to the game starting, I said, oh no, Mythic Seal, they got 2 marksmen. They have a ultra late game core in the Alice. If they had the gold, the EXP, the time, and more than just that, the space, then they would have definitely gotten to the 16-minute mark, the 18-minute mark, prancing, just scot-free, happy. But no, ONIC have picked a team fighting lineup. They picked the Eve. The Eve literally creates a kill box. That's literally where you fall. And ONIC, they could have ended much sooner. And that's what I'm saying, like, there is some give to Mythic here.
Yeah, honestly, like, give credit where credit is due. Like, even the caster said, despite being 10k behind, they don't look 10k behind. Maybe like 2k, 3k, because they still are able to deal the damage. Speaking of damage, Suns has the highest amount of damage, and that's a very damaging phase. Savero, 874, the rich guy. I gotta say, ONIC ID, say what you want. They're very expressive.
Animated.
Amazing expression.
Only Luffy is just like,
especially Keyboy, you know, like this. Send back? Yes, I am. I'm glad to be here.
Savera looks like he already won.
Yeah, dude. Either way, ONIC ID definitely look very, very strong. And this is, again, it looks like our Aramco power ranking is spot on because we did put TL as well as ONIC ID in S and both Mythic as well as Aurora in B. And in case people are like, how dare you put them in? I mean, like, the proof is there. Like, the difference is, I don't know, maybe a few weeks too early, maybe a few months too early.
This is where the heart of the Burmese come in. Maybe rely on your mechanics because that looked better in game one. I don't know if you gentlemen agree. Game one looked better.
Totally
at least
agree.
looked
100%.
closer down the middle. So instead of getting a little too cheesy and getting greedy with your EXP, your gold, your space on the map, hedge on mechanics. And then force ONIC into fights. Maybe you can force game 4 from there.
You said one interesting thing. Don't make the same mistake, and they tried something new. But I see the same mistake for Aurora and Mythic Seal. And you know what? Jungle last picks. Maybe we can adjust this thing and go insta pick for jungler. Do it. Just do it. Let Ken play.
I mean, honestly, the problem is that we haven't seen a lot of jungle picks coming in from Ken.
This
so
Alice is the third.
This Alice is a third. So at this point, I don't know what's going to be the saving grace here. But gentlemen, we're going for a short break. But after this, we're going to resume this best of 5. Because right now, it's match point for ONIC ID. We will see if they will close it out or Mythic Seal will push us to game number 4.
Reach your impossible. Lenovo Legion.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Right now, it is still match point for ONIC Indonesia going up against Mythic Seal. Mythic Seal, they only have one more opportunity to push us to game number 4. If not, looks like it's going to be a sweeping day. Welcome back. My name is Phil. Alongside for me is Destroyer as well as Leo. Looking at the game so far, it does look like Mythic Seal, they have things up their sleeves, but I don't know, Destroyer, it hasn't been working out.
As I mentioned before, they need to adjust. But as you mentioned before, we saw Ken only 3 picks. And the last one was only because 2 heroes were already... okay, Lancelot was not able, and they could potentially take Joy, but they decided something new. Maybe another thing gonna pop up, and we're gonna see another variety of the jungler. At least, I think they should prioritize their Hayabusa. So don't let it carry. Let it try to play it by yourself.
So whether they end up in blue or red, in game number 3, first phase, Hayabusa. That's a start.
Yeah. My only worry is that, again, we're talking about the king of junglers here, Kyrie, one of the kings. I believe when we're talking about his hero pool, it's very enviable. So this is definitely a test for Ken now, because one of his idols, Kyrie, is looking very good on those assassin picks. So now Ken really has to step up. He used his signature Joy. Couldn't make it done, right? Trying something new with the Alice. Can't get the job done. And the thing is, I don't believe he'll get a Lancelot.
And if he plays the Joy, you'll see ONIC smile because they're expecting it. They've prepared for this match knowing that Ken only really flourishes on 2 hero picks. So maybe what if they have it in their back pocket, suddenly Ken has a utility jungle. What if it's all in on Zippy? What if it's all in on Nico? Just let that some way somehow work. Like if you were gonna go double marksman, right? Just do truly double marksman. Stick to it. He's got to put on his big boy pants and say,
yeah,
I'm gonna utility now.
Yeah, and for you guys at home, up until the 5th of August, the Dino Planet is still on. So you guys only have a few more days to actually go and slay the Lord to get yourself the free Popole Koopa Proto Hunter skin. So again, not a lot of time. It's only like, what, 3 days after the grand finals of MSC? So make sure you guys lock in quick. Now, I agree the jungle really has to be adjusted, but let me just shift things over and actually talk about the EXP. Because I kind of feel like if Kun wins a bit harder, then maybe he could give a lot of space for the jungle to move.
Nation from falling apart.
Agree with you, but I wanted to add one thing.
Moscow ban.
Moscow ban, yes. And I wanted to say about the draft changing, the ban changing, and that's what ONIC are making, and Mythic Seal not. I think that if Mythic Seal wants to prioritize the jungle and to take even Joy, just change the draft phase, change the ban phase, and play around it.
Yeah, right now looking at Moscow as well as the Phobia's ban. Interesting, definitely look like when ONIC ID is on blue side, they want to let a lot of things open, which comes to the question, do they want to pick up something like the Jushin or Lancelot early?
This also opens up the Arlot.
Yeah, true.
Because the Phobias has been closed off. Which again, serves logic. The Arlot lost.
Even CC got banned. Hey, maybe that Arlot is going to come in.
Yeah, CC is such a breakout here in the knockouts. She was already picking up steam in the group, so I think ONIC knows what's up. Mythic Seal, though. Do they ban the Lancelot here? Do they dig that grave even deeper?
Or just hope they will first pick the Arlot so that they can pick up the Lancelot. This is really a big risk here coming in from Mythic Seal.
You really think that ONIC gonna pick Arlot? Okay, according to the statistics, Arlot got one of the worst win rates during MSC 2025. And average short day, ONIC, okay, Lancelot, we are welcome. Let's go for it. So, better. No, okay. Never mind. They're gonna insta-lock Lancelot.
I fear no Kraken, for I am the invincible Lancelot.
All right, they pick up the Lancelot here. So now Mythic Seal, what is going to be the answer? Maybe a stopper like a Kalia.
Yeah, and then they can save the Hayabusa for red 3. Because it's a known element. Like, you know that ONIC wants you to pick the Joy, so just save the Hayabusa for red 3. Keep the jungle safe. Like, this is it. Like, this is your only move.
And maybe pick up the Jushin here as well, right?
Jushin?
Honestly, it is one of Nico's most Wingus hero?
Jushin Arlott.
And what do you think about Jushin plus Gatotkacha?
Either or, because I really feel like you cannot lose that mid. The moment you lose that mid, it's GG. So now it looks like they do pick up the Jushin and now the Arlott.
You were right, yeah.
Yep. Credits to kay Sam Wolf na Pueto. I hung out with him too much the other day. We were together for like 8 hours.
That is a bit too much.
Yep. More for even me, right? Too much. But he would not stop singing the praise of this combo. So I get it.
You know, I like how Mythic Seal performed with the Arlott, but I don't like the Arlott itself according to the statistics. That's my point. And I feel like Gatotkacha with a 50% win rate, it's more stable, you can rely on it, you can understand, okay, we can push mid lane, if needed, he can go to the back lane, he can save my back line also and go front lane. So there are options.
That's a very good Joy deny, picking up the Harp early, so it's like, do you really want to try us? If you don't pick up Hayabusa, it's going to get banned.
So this is it. Mythic Seal, much like all series long,
See value in me?
has put themselves into a corner, and this is still a change. This is still a change. This is what we're talking about.
You
Ken
called it.
Putting on big boy pants, saying, okay, I'm going to switch it up. I'm going to play utility so that Nico and Zippy can carry.
And it looks like in a way Kun is going to carry as well. This is a lot of crowd control for the Arlott to really dash around looking like a Lancelot cosplay.
Yep, you're going to overload that Harrods Purify for sure.
Yeah, but right now, Mythic Seal needs damage. You see, you got a lot of CC. Okay, I'm pretty perfect with that. But if we are speaking about the damage dealers, what will decide?
They'd be happy to end up with either the Granger or the Irithel, but it looks like ONIC is going to ban it out.
Got him lined up in my sight. Your team.
Maybe just opting for that Moskov again, because it does look like to be one of his... Oh,
His
right.
band, yeah.
Oh, it's the first ban. It's so deep, I even forgot about it. Yeah, so now it's a good point. The Granger and the Irithel might get banned out, and knowing ONIC, if it's not banned out, you know it's a trap.
So what's left, right?
Experience the youth.
All of these are hopefuls. All of these are good to have, but what will be
there are
left?
options. Oh, maybe they want something like carry pick. What do you think about it?
Carry's good, but ONIC also has a pocket Lunox.
Yeah, but now looking at this, Kimi as well as Karita batting out by Mythic Seal, and now ONIC, they ban out that Granger. So there is a chance that they're going to ban out the Irithel, and if they don't, it does smell a little bit like a trap.
They should ban it. They should ban it, actually. I see, like, and okay, about Lunox and carry, we see there are two different options. Maybe there is something else.
No, carry is pretty good right now into Mythic. So even ONIC is happy, but they don't need it. Instead, it's a Claude, so it is a trap.
Oh.
Yeah.
LaFell, you smelt it.
Yeah, it does feel like a trap. Now the question is, Mythic Seal, do they want to go for that? Because you don't even have to pick the Irithel now, right? You can pick up your Roamer, but I don't know. Yeah, I guess the Gato will be fine.
It's not impossible that
The Arlott
Boye
is the
plays the
Roamer?
Arlott. Yeah.
So let's go for additional front or damage.
Wait, is that Franco?
It is
Yes.
a
It's
Franco.
Franco!
Yeah.
We heard it. We don't care about your suppression. We don't care about your purify. We don't care about the passive on the Harrod having
Bloody
less
Hunt
CC.
for Lancelot.
It's just
We don't
suppression.
care. We have 1,000 plus 1 dashes.
Nothing.
Eventually, we'll eat you like chicken.
We'll bite down.
And the last pick they save still the opportunity to adapt for the opponent's pick and take gold last one. So 2 picks for ONIC Indonesia.
Although I do have to say that the Franco does feel a little bit desperate, though. Right? Really hoping for a good catch.
We already said, rely on mechanics.
Yep.
Oh no, there's the glue and the Faramis. The wombo combo. The answer and the counter. This is so dive. This is so in your face.
It almost looks like ONIC prepared this draft yesterday. They understood what are the options and they prepared for it. So,
Time and tide wait for no man.
oh, looks like they pick up the Beatrix instead.
Because they need something to answer the Netherrealm.
Yeah. The Netherrealm counters nearly everything that Mythic Seal prepared for them. Oh, it's such a mind games. It's so amazing. But if we're speaking about the drafts, I still, last two picks decided everything for me. I like the ONIC draft.
Do you think Mythic Seal has enough damage here in the early and mid?
No, it's too all in. I think ONIC might be going home.
Well,
with a win.
With a win. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Destroy, as well as Leo. And now it's the turn of Mirko as well as Trex to call this game.
Well, if ONIC is going home with a win after this, we're all going home early tonight. ONIC, Indonesia, trying to close the distance with match point.
I don't want to go home early, Trex. I want to watch some good MLBB. So far, we've seen good MLBB, but unfortunately, it's been stomps. Well, fortunately for you guys, I mean, Cavalry and the Sonics, I guess.
Welcome to Mobile
But again, the draft was just beautifully done. Again, beautifully crafted by Yeb and Adi. The setup was there, and Mythic Seal kind of just played into it, dude. They were forced to make errors in the draft.
I mean, and Mythic even switched sides this time to try to get some sort of advantage in the draft. They go for second pick. ONIC just seems to always have the answer. Even when Mythic Seal pulls out something like the Franco, like, oh, we have this trap card for you.
Yep.
ONIC ID is 2 steps ahead, bringing out the Fermis, bringing out the glue. I mean, just consistently has answers against Mythic Seal.
Oh, almost hooked there from Boye. Could have been a steal. So ONIC won't contest the Lethal Wanderer. They know that they actually will lose out. I think a bit of prio here in the mid lane, but I think it really depends on how they play it. Now level 2, they should be able to go back onto it, force a few fights early, but it is a juice in. Oh, wow. That looked like it hit. Emblem builds. At least they got the Beatrix. By the way, the Beatrix is a pretty good lane against the Harriet. It's a skill matchup in the end, but it should actually be more Beatrix-sided, and in the end, even if you lose out, it becomes a non-lane. Just clear out waves.
And being that it is a skill matchup, Zippy's been able to hold his own against Severo. He's been able to do well, at least in terms of just laning matchup. So I don't think we count him out at all here.
Nope.
Boye with this Franco, I like what LaFell said. It might be a bit desperate, but if Boye can land some hooks, it is the wild card pick here.
Actually save his flicker, goes back, able to slam. The shield unity lands as well. No Kai just yet. He's actually going to be walking up now. Great iron hook, bringing him all the way under turret. It's Nico with first blood.
Boye was so patient with that as well. He's just standing there watching him throw hands for a second, waiting. Okay, now it's time. Brings out the hook, brings him back. Very well done by Mythic Seal.
Just giving him chance. Praiser's Wrath coming down as well. Kai can be stunned up by Kun. Good zoning. Oh, a dodge away from the final slash, but it's going to be the mount over. Kun shall be the trade. Phantom execution. They don't even care. They just go for it. 1 for 1. Turtle for kill.
Not a bad start for Mythic Seal, though. Probably one of the best starts we've seen from them so far, actually holding a gold lead in the first few minutes. But ONIC ID are okay with that, I think. They're okay with taking the beginning of this game slow, giving themselves a little bit of time, and waiting for their moment. Taking a look at the junglers, still level 5 to level 5. Kyrie looking to steal some camps, though, here. Maybe slow down Ken a bit.
Boye doesn't have flicker, so there's no risk of a... Oh, good dashes there onto the Lethal Wanderer. That's Iron Hook. No play hunt just yet. Lippy will just fall. The reset Vengeance. Now Ken walks up too. Sans able to flicker just in time. But it is looking like a very good early game for Mythic Seal.
Boye is sitting at like 2 out of 3 hooks right now. The hook rate's looking good. This is exactly what they need to do. And I like that he's waiting. He's normally not the one to first throw out the attack. He's letting Kun go in, kind of slow them down for just a second, able to hold them still for literally just a millisecond, and that makes it an easy hook shot for Boye.
They have so many ways to just, hold people in place for the Iron Hooks to come through. And again, when Boye gets the winner crown, that's when things are really going to change. Mythic Seal can just walk up, target whoever they want, and they have the one-shot combo in Zippy. We haven't seen that yet, obviously, because Zippy has just been, laning for the most part. But Turtle 2 onwards, I do believe we will be seeing Zippy in fights. And that means, again, Boye can just flicker in, bloody hunt someone, and it's an easy one-shot for the rest of the team.
So what's going to be big for Sans here is timing that Netherrealm, right? Like timing it perfectly. And I think a lot of this, between both teams, skill matchup around the map, who can hold on to their skills, who can time them right, who can bait them out of the other team. It is definitely a mind game in terms of 5v5s.
Let's see. Mythic Seal with the lead here for Turtle number 2 in the game. Both junglers at the same level. A battle for mid-prio that actually won out by Mythic Seal here, as Kai and Lutpi will just hold out Turtle, but Mythic Seal grabbed the hold of it. Kun walking up just about it.
Down in the bot lane, gold laners going toe for toe, still just trading minions right now.
Hey.
No big lead. Ken's gonna hold down this front side, and there goes the grab. Gonna have to abort mission, but Keyboy also looking for something.
Yeah, Shield Unity onto Kun, actually. That's gonna be the all-in over as well. Vengeance resetting, back and forth. Severo now still holding him on force. Turtle taken for free. Kun isolated. It doesn't seem like Mythic Seal were just confused as to what to do. They go on Lutpi, they gotta trade back Sans way too late with the Netherrealm. So it ends up being a 2-for-1 in favor of ONIC because they got the Turtle plus the kill.
Boye, though, I think Mythic Seal's waiting for Boye, right? They're like, all right, what do we do? What do we do? What do we do?
Going in?
And that's where I was talking about, is everyone's waiting for someone to use the skill first.
Yeah.
Boye knows, I can't pop this too early, waste a flicker when they still have Netherrealm. Sans does finally bring it out, but by then it's just too late. And I think this is going to be what we possibly see a lot. Everyone kind of second guessing on how they want to approach the fight.
Force over, coming down as well with his Amon Force. Now it's going to be Keyboy. Oh, taking reload, is able to escape? Nah, that should not have happened. ONIC get away with a free kill, and there's nothing to trade. I guess a turret maybe? No, just a clear over. Yeah, Lutpi will get there in time.
Yeah, Nico maybe trying to make a play down here on a Severo. Might be a little bit of action. Lantern Flare does come out.
Whoa, Severo, way too aggressive, all alone. Lantern Flare, as Zippy flickers in forward, just in case the Purify was up for Severo. And now the rest of the team is coming in.
I mean, nah, shouldn't be able to get that tower, but just that trade-up kind of evens out, actually becomes a win from that fight earlier. So Mythic Seal still playing this game very cleanly. This is a surgical team that we saw in the group stage. This is a team that we wanted to see in the first 2 games. Is it too little too late, though? Should be able to take this tower, and that's huge for them, right? They're, for the first time, I don't think we've seen them with a 1,000k gold lead in all 3 games. This is the first time they're actually really pushing forward.
Yeah. I think game number 1, we did get to see, final slash. Lutpi brought back again. The Lantern Flare so close from being able to pick up, and that will be it. Oh, Netherrealm coming in clutch for Sans. And it will be the fight in the back line with the Phantom Execution. A Bloody Hunt locking him down with a Winter Crown as well. Already bought in, but the Thorn Rose comes through as Kai just dashes through the long longs. Keyboy with a Poison. It's a mountdown as the Praises Brat lands. But now Severo walks up to him on force. A good snipe over as Ken gets up the kill. Severo still jumping back and forth. And Lutpi finally dismounting. Heroic landing on Sans. The Ghost Bursers doing a whole lot, but not enough to take anyone down from Mythic Seal.
You wanted some MLBB, right, Mirko?
Yes, sir.
We're getting some MLBB. ONIC ID, they approach. Hold on a second.
Samon Force. Over to Ken. Phantom Execution too. Kai caught in the tough spot. He wins it out. Gets the red tree. And the 2 members of ONIC, Severo and Kai, turns the game back to even.
I'm not going to lie. When he popped the Phantom Execution, I thought he did it too early. I was like, oh, I thought he messed up. I thought he whiffed. But you never count Kyrie out. They take the Turtle, they take 2 members along with it, and just when we're hyping Mythic Seal up, ONIC ID grabs the reins again.
And they got a turret up top too. Mythic Seal are slowly losing their grasp in the game, and it's because of this gold jungle combo. Kyrie Severo. Kai is 2 levels ahead. He's about to be 3 levels ahead. Let's take a look at the items here. Holy moly, he's 1,600 gold ahead of Ken. Oh my lord. Oh, Thorn Rose as well.
And because of that as well, because of that gold lead, it makes the hybrid build of this still work so much cleaner, because you're still outputting great damage against the lesser gold-amounted tanks on the opposing team, and you have decent defense. So if Zippy locks onto you, if you do somehow catch a hook to the face, there's still some survivability on the side of Kyrie.
Iron Hook and the Bloody Hunt. That will be a Netherrealm, but it's a good Lantern Flare, I believe, to bring him back outside of the Netherrealm. Renner Apathy not landing. Kundo goes for the Vengeance. Oh, a dodge with a Thorn Rose by a flicker from Sans and the Thorn wow. That's just Mythic Seal picking up a kill.
I mean, it works, and as long as they can keep doing that, it keeps them at this small lead that they have, and it's what we've been seeing from them, finding these little pickoffs. The Franco's looking good right now, honestly, paired up with the flare from Nico, with the Beatrix, with all of it. I mean, it would be a hard team to hit sometimes, but because of the little bits of CC they have, it makes it work so well, and Boye just being so patient in how he uses the iron hooks.
Let's see. It's Boye. Eyeing for an iron hook. Oh, just barely out of range.
A frame.
A pixel away from landing. That could have been the game-winning play because they would have gotten the Lord for free. But now it turns to a 50-50. A wave in the bottom lane set up for Mythic Seal Keyboy. Shield Unity with a Revitalize too. Iron Hook coming down with a Bloody Hunt, but that's going to be the Netherrealm coming down as well. Ken isolated all alone, mounted up. Kai picks up the kill. Not good with a Vengeance into the back line again. It's going to be Nico with the killing spree, but Kai gets a Phantom Execution in. Wintercrown the Bloody Hunt, a shutdown to Savero, and Nico will not be able to run while Lutpi's on him.
I mean, literally all of ONIC ID's health bars. Oh, Boye goes down as well. Full man wipe for ONIC ID. Send Kyrie over to the Lord, start taking some towers. They're going to break down Holy Shields here. Let's take a look at the replay. Look at ONIC ID's health bars for a minute here. All of them drop down so low, but it's just not enough. The Netherrealm soups everybody back up, and this is why that pick was just so clutch as a final pick from ONIC ID.
The Faramis pickup is ridiculous. And, you know, the easy answer would just be, yo, Boye, kill Faramis, yo. But it ain't as easy as that. Like, Boye can't even get in range. Sanj is always so far back, but he always manages to get close, and it's because of the flicker. That you need some crazy level of confidence to go up against a composition like this and go flicker. And Sanj is doing it. He goes flicker, and he's getting all the benefits while really not losing anything.
Yeah, his positioning right now in all these fights, his timing on when he comes in is one of the things keeping ONIC ID ahead in a lot of these fights, able to keep them alive in all of these fights and make it so that ONIC ID can push even farther. Here comes the Lord, though.
Lord charging the mid lane. Lutpi! Oh, going to the back again. Look at the mount down now as Ken gets isolated one more time. And he will just fall to Savero as Nico gets mounted on, has a Crimson Beacon and the Flicker as well. Lutpi able to go back into the bottom wave now with a minion still holding onto the turret. Immortality popped in. Netherrealm coming down. Kun brought back, but a Shadow Stampede. The Torrent Rose lands again. But it's a good hook to get him out of the Netherrealm, straight into the Crystal and into a kill. But ONIC say, you can get the long blue. We'll get the turrets.
Yeah, I mean, they've been letting... You can have Lutpi as much as you want as long as we continue to win in these trades. With 2 towers down, ONIC ID has cracked the base. Luckily for Mythic Seal, next Lord gonna pop down on boss side, so there's no long lane that's really hurting exactly. It might make the possible dance a little bit easier for Mythic Seal. Taking a look at these items, though, Kai Reed just maxed out. Got the last item locked in with the Malefic Gun, Malefic Roar, 6, 0, and 3. The killing spree as well as the emblems, just making him a monster in these fights.
Look at that gold lead, bruh. 4,000 ahead against the Fredrin. Dude, this is ridiculous. Let's take a look at the gold distribution. And again, yeah, it's the minions. When you're on the Assassins, you know, this is the advantage you play with. You can actually take minions, and usually when you get Assassins, you get paired up with an XP laner who doesn't want the minion. So give away XP, minions, love minute 5 over to your jungler, then you get this. It's just ridiculous. And you can see Kai already building the Fury Hammer too. He knows that he doesn't need any more tanky items. He can just go full damage at this point, and it's all right. Like, there you go. Endless battle. Everything done. The last Fury Hammer. Let's just make a wild guess.
What does he go? 100? No,
Hunter Strike? I honestly like Hunter Strike.
Oh, no. Yeah, I guess you get the hit.
Movement speed.
Maybe a little bit more movement speed. If you happen to run out of dashes, definitely a possibility.
Oh, by the way, so Savero is actually taking the innocent route of builds. No Starlium Scythe. It's Enchanted Talisman plus Penetration Boots on the Harriet.
Which is clean. Overall, we've seen the Starlium Scythe after the nerf sometimes work out well, but look at the damage.
Yeah, it should be a mount down here, but it is going to be a kill over. The Netherrealm was a bit late. Keyboy looking for the back again, able to find Zippy. Kai was bloody hunted, but no one was there to follow it up. Keyboy against 3 will hold his own, and now Kun will be dragged back to everyone. And the Beater's Passion coming down with the Iron Hook as well. Keyboy doesn't care. Severo's the Mind Force. Nico able to use the Crimson Beacon and shield Unity over to Boye, who's able to flicker out, but then Kai just does that. That's an execution. Kai is godlike. He wants to go for more. Thor rolls over, forces over to nature. That's a Bennett's Rage, but a Keyboy buys an immortality. No minion waves. Kyrie taking low, buys the immortality too. Mythic Seal get a shutdown. They are able to stay afloat. But what are those immortality buys, man?
The item builds, the timings on the Phantom executions, all over the map right now.
Endless battle.
And he picked up the Hunter Strike, all while doing it. I mean, right now it is, I don't know, man. ONIC ID just outclassing in the midst of all of that. Kyrie able to pick up a kill. Still not die, under towers, under base. When we saw the draft, you were excited to see the Lancelot.
But this Rage Zippy was able to steal it away. And this could actually just be an angle where Mythic Seal turn things around. It is within the timer of Mythic Seal. Trex, MLBB.
When do they hit their power spike?
Spake right now. This is their power spake. They have what it takes to start sieging with a Franco, with a Beatrix. Prime WinCon.
Mythic Seal, a Lord coming down the top lane in a pocket full of power spikes. Ready to go.
Spakes.
Spakes, yeah, power spakes. Ready to go in the river.
Nice try.
Okay. Is this the game changer? I mean, we've been holding on to it. They had a gold lead in the beginning. ONIC ID hasn't escaped too much, but still, man, Kyrie 7-0-4. Ken has to be careful about how he approaches. I feel like every time Ken goes in, he jumps in, yeah, he gets the stun onto, or the taunt onto a couple members, but he dies about a half a second later. Kyrie on the bot lane as well, looking for the push.
Yeah, Arlet will be forced to recall, so does it seem like Mythic Seal will be able to get the most out of this Lord? Well, that's the most. Turret tier 2, but that's about it. They have too many ways to deal with the bottom lane as well, and the fact that Mythic Seal have gone for like a team fight comp, they want to group up together, means that the side lane control will be kind of meh. Kai abused that. Sent himself to the bottom lane, cleared it out, forced someone to recall from Mythic Seal, and there's no way they would try to 4v5 ONIC, even with the Lord.
So where do they go from here? I mean, at this point, we're at 16.5 minutes. Gold at a standstill. So Mythic Seal, I mean, with their composition, with the gold at least, they should be able to fight. It's back to at least, okay, who's going to pop their skills first? Taking a look, Kyrie.
Why is he even building tank, bro?
He doesn't need to. He's untouchable. The guy is literally untouchable at this point.
Wow. Like, Zippy, all right, Zippy, Severo makes sense. They want to play in the back. Sans as well. He hasn't really been up front as a Phantomist. He's kind of been like, all right, I come in last minute, save someone. But Kai's really just been in these team fights. He's been bloody hunted a couple of times. How is he the guy with the least amount of damage taken, brother? At this point, go lethal ignition and go full damage, Kai.
It's a statement to have the most kills on the board and also be the least touched.
Damage taken, yeah.
I mean, that's definitely... Malefic Roar comes back in, still ready to flip some items around if he needs to. You know, we talked about the matchup of Ken versus Kyrie, and right now Kyrie is definitely showing why he's here, why he's been here, and why he has consistently made statements on this as Assassins.
Brother, now that's a 6,000 gold lead between the junglers. Yes, it is up against a Fredrin. This is kind of normal because once you get to a point where you snowball out of control, you will just constantly get farm. But 6,000 gold lead in one game from one guy? I haven't seen that in a while. So the fact that the overall gold lead is only 1,000 means, again, Mythic Seal have a lot of gold too. They are within their power spikes, not spakes. Look at that. Zippy, DHS, he will try his best to go through these frontliners.
He's got rose gold too.
Dog.
He's got rose gold, dog. Just to make things clear, Kyrie has literally sold and bought in before Ken has finished all of his items.
Hey, that's just the sad life of a Fredrin. once you play utility, you better win that early game. If you don't, especially when you're up against an assassin, you're that guy that just never finishes his items, man. Ken's trying to hold on Keyboy with the shield unity. San's actually playing up front now. ONIC with a hold onto the Lord right now. Ken can be zoned away completely now with the Mind Force as well. Couldn't jump to the final slash. Give me the retreat battle. No, Kai gets it all alone. The Mount Down comes in with the Praiser's Wrath as well. Severo very low. Netherrealm comes in just in time. Kai! Whoa! Thorn Rose dodging away for the Flicker Plot. Bloody Hunt, and that's even the immortality now to Stampede. Brings Boye all the way with a crown, and it's going to be Sippy in the back, still free hitting. Now again, the mount down as Kai lands the shot. Severo somehow stays alive. ONIC once again have outplayed their way into a winning team fight. Nico running away, caught again. Kai just never misses on the puncture.
And during all of this, ONIC ID doesn't lose a single member.
It's GG to ONIC. They show how strong they are. This MSC